Hello, my name is Father Paschal. I'm a Franciscan in North Wales at Paschal. You can't see nothing. Now that's not bad grammar, because I mean nothing, the absence of everything. We can't imagine it, we can't draw a picture of it, we can't analyze it because it isn't. God, we are told, made everything out of nothing. The astronomers are talking about matter out of which our world is made and come to the conclusion there comes a point at which they say it is no longer possible to explore further. To the man who believes in God, that is the point at which faith takes over from science. The point at which God makes something out of nothing. In fact, that is what creation means. And although we don't really know a great deal about God, we do know that much, and know that it is as creator that God shows himself to our world. It's not surprising then that at another order altogether, God is still active in making something out of nothing, and that is within ourselves. Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who dedicated her life to caring for the most destitute of men, was made aware that what God was doing with her life and does with the lives of people who are just one remove from nothing. In fact, in line with all the great spiritual thinkers and the saints, she believed that in no one we have that in one way have become nothing ourselves before God becomes active within us to any great extent. Once we acknowledge that we are nothing and deserve nothing, we have room for God. He can move into the vacuum and fill it with his activity and dignity. Human dignity arises in the Christian view from the fact that God, especially Christ himself, has filled our being. And we are made something because the Creator is within us. You will note that it is only possible with someone who is made conscious of his own nothingness. That is why humility is so important. It does not mean that we see nothing of value in ourselves, but that what we see of good in ourselves comes from our Creator. It seems to me that part of the trouble with the anxiety people needing, as they do, so many supports of one sort or another is that they're under the illusion that they are able and are expected to do everything in life on their own. It's fundamental to the Christian view that without God, not only can we do nothing that he wants us to do of us, but in fact can do nothing at all. What makes for a greater peace of mind is to realize that very little effort on our part, but with a willingness to let God take over, a great deal can be done without anxiety. We must become nothing to become anything. We must empty ourselves of those ideas which give us a false impression of ourselves, as though we were of any value, and fill our minds with the thoughts that attribute all our qualities to God. Far from making us inadequate, we can't become superhuman. God loves it. He loves it to be left an open space in which to create. He loves to build up the person thought to be useless. Here is one condition, that we see our own nothingness and hand it over to God. You'll remember the first chapter of Genesis, how God created the world, how his spirit brooded over the waters, the great chaos, and he breathed over it. And God is even now brooding over our souls, waiting to create something out of nothing. God bless you.